I think that this video will be the most important video that I have ever done on YouTube. This video will be about how to study smarter than studying harder and wasting your time. Hi, hello, welcome back to a new video. I'm so happy and excited to share this video with you. But before starting our main topic, I would really like, if you want to help me just a little bit, please subscribe into this channel and encourage me on comments. And yeah, because I want to really know like what topics that you really like. And yeah, let's start our main topic. Recently, I was really interested about, learn how to learn because it helps you to not waste your time and not having great marks, even if you're working hard and working for hours and all of that. So today I may have some tips for you, some techniques, some secrets that you maybe didn't know before, how to study smarter. So these techniques, I was using some of it when I was, in the college, because I was a student like you, and I wish that I really knew all of those tips. But yeah, I was using some of it, and it really saved my life and saved my time to do, to manage other things. So in order to have, an organized video, I have eight tips for you how to study smarter. And this is not my ideas, actually. It's some researches, some scientific researches. So all of what I am going to tell you here, it's all proved scientifically. As I told you before, that I tried some of it and it really worked as perfect as I can say. So the first tip is eat the frog. Eat the frog. This is a concept that basically is based on prioritizing your tasks. How to prioritize your tasks is by focusing on the hardest tasks. It is a technique that you like. It works 100% on everything that you want to learn. I mean, languages, mathematics, geographic, history, everything that you want to learn. Eat the frog is a solution for you to not waste your time on starting by doing the easiest thing that you have already understood. But instead of this, focus on the hardest task, on the hardest thing that you can't really understand, and then from these hardest things you go to the easiest. Okay, so instead of going from the easy to the hard, you go directly on the course from the hardest to the easiest. So this is this is the concept of eat the frog. And also one important thing is find your time when you feel like your brain is highly effective. Like for instance, there are people who are highly effective in the morning and highly recommended, because I don't know if there are some people like me. I really like to study at night because I feel like this is the time where I'm really highly, like my brain is highly effective. But some scientific researches shows that actually it's not good to study at night, because it can damage your brain, and you can't really really focus very well. And even if you focus very well, you are sacrificing your sleep. Instead, you are not sleeping very well, and the next morning you're just very tired and exhausted. So it's highly recommended to get a great sleep, and then wake up on the morning and focus on the hardest things and tasks, and then go in through the easiest. The second tip is the Pomodoro Technique. The Pomodoro Technique, I try it, and I worked with it a lot of my time when I was doing my revisions. And it's actually like this. Let's imagine a circle. So you have to work 25 minutes of your time focusing on a specific topic, and then you have 10 minutes of break. And this is how I was working, and it's called the Pomodoro Technique. The Pomodoro Technique, it's 25 minutes working and focusing on the topic that you want to revise, and then 10 minutes of break, and it goes like that. And actually it really helps me to not get bored on my revisions, to have a specific topic to focus on. I think it's the technique that really helped me to focus on and to know how to manage my time. And actually it works very well, especially on the very long tasks that I have to do. This was my technique, the Pomodoro Technique. Highly. Third technique is to understanding first and then memorizing. Why? I personally can't memorize something by heart if I don't understand it. And you have to understand this. It's so important for you to to understand what are you reading in order to memorize it by heart. The tip that I really use right here, and that is proved also scientifically, is to try to explain your lesson to everyone, to your sister, or to the wall, to the mirror, but try to explain it, because trying to explain it to people actually make your brain very, very, very focused. Like, this is the time when, or where your brain is very focusing on this lesson. I think trying to explain the lesson and trying to send the message the most simple as it is to someone is the way that can help you to memorize more and more faster. Actually, when you understand and you try to explain it to someone. I used this technique actually when I had something to do on public, because at college we had these assignments, and I was doing it with the wall, like watching the wall and like, hi, imagining myself in public. I want to try to explain to you this lesson. So we have this word, and this word means da 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 da, so I think it's really help you to get to memorize things better and better. Another technique that I really recommend is practice testing. Practice testing actually is to have some questions, or to try to play games, or to have flashcards, like how to explain it to you. I really like sometimes to have this quiz where you have some questions about the lesson, and you try to have the right answer for this, or flashcards. Really, really good way to actually learn the lesson more easily, especially when you have this long text and paragraph. It's really helpful to have these flashcards and write some memorizing things. Play a game with your I don't know, with your sister or cousin. She tell you what does that mean? I mean, what is, for instance, the Pomodoro technique means, and you try to answer the question, and and this is a really good way. And I think that we all did it before, because this is the way that helped us to memorize, to understand, and to make the process more easy for us. Another tip that is really, really important for me is spaced repetition. especially if you are trying to memorize something long and you want to keep it for the long terms. You are preparing for an exam and you want to prepare it much more before, 15 days. So what you have to do is to learn the lesson, but in order to not forget it, you have this to do the tip of spaced repetition. You have to repeat because the human being and his brain, specificity of our brain is that we get to sometimes forget things very quickly. So in order to not forget it, you have to repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat, and you will notice that in a certain time your brain is programmed and your brain will never forget it. But you need to have this spaced repetition. Spaced repetition, that means you learn the lesson today, then you repeat it tomorrow, then you repeat it for 3 days after, and you go on. But you have to repeat. Repetition is everything. Also, something that helped me to learn the Quran by heart is repetition. Actually, repetition is the key for everything. Even if those times I'm not repeating and I start to forget. So please, guys, encourage me to continue. Memorization technique. So the memorization technique is actually a tip that I really like to do and to use, and I used it a lot of times, and it really worked very well because our mind works incredibly if you know how to track it. So for instance, what I did is a mind map. Like for instance, when I was trying to learn English, so I try to relate a word with a memory or with a color, with something actually that I have in my apartment. So for instance, if I say technique and I want to learn the word technique without forgetting it and forgetting what is that means, I can relate it, with the lamp behind me, technique. Like when I see the lamp, I see technique, or you can also relate it with a memory or something like that. This is my technique. Like I had a lot of words that I was using and relating it with all the items of my apartments, English with this, and I don't know, this is a technique that let me not to forget, and yeah, it can help you, especially if you are trying to memorize by heart. What is important also is to make a study schedule. Actually, this is a resume of all the things that I told you before. Actually, it's help you to have a routine and to know what to prioritize, and actually, yeah, to not waste your time. You know exactly what you have to do, what assignment, and what you need to focus on. Routine, what I mean by routine is that you know what to focus on instead of wasting your time trying to searching about what assignment I'm going to start with and which other, and I don't know. And the last thing that is really important and make this, the resume of this video is to check on your studies. Actually, to check if these ways and these techniques and these tips are helping you, checking if you are growing actually and getting much higher marks, or maybe not. So you can reset some ideas maybe that didn't work with you, and you can reset it as you want, as you have the ability to work. The most important thing to check on your health, because health is very important, and if you are overworking and very exhausted and tired, how would you get this amazing marks. It's not good to be exhausted and to be stressed and anxiety and be anxious and all these things. So this is why I gave you this techniques and tips to study smarter, to gain some time for you, for your health. This was the video for today. I hope that you'll like it. If you really like it, don't forget to encourage me and to subscribe into the channel. And yeah, see you on the next video.